So I will quickly show my Linux Mint desktop basically. So this is my Linux Mint desktop. I'm using the Cinnamon, of course, and here I have this simple screen recorder I use to record the screen and everything. So as you can see, I have this nice and minimal sort of setup going on, and mostly I'll show you my theme setup real quick. So this video is actually more about me documenting what and all services and utilities that I'm running on my system. So in case of a data loss or a fresh install, I am able to go back and set everything up quickly. So this is my theme section. As you can see, everything is Dracula theme, desktop, icons, buttons, cursor. So this is very good. And even this is a Nemo default file manager, and it's working very good for me. No issues at all. I really love this. Is the disk analyzer. I'm loving this theme, as well as you can see this Mac style buttons and whatnot. But yes, I am definitely loving this theme a lot, and also Linux Mint has been proven to be a very effective operating system for me. It is a beginner friendly, as well as it allows advanced stuff. So I will quickly go ahead and list out some of the things I'm using, some of the features rather. So I will quickly go into terminal, and as you can see, custom theme for the terminal. I have everything documented. I will talk about that shortly, but in the terminal I can run this very simple command sct. As you can see, I'm not sure if it's showing up on the video or not, but this actually works as a night light, and I'm able to change the tint on the screen, so it's a bit better on the eyes when in a dimly lit condition. So this is just one of the simple things that I'm using in my setup. I will go ahead and fire up btop. So this is a better version of htop, and this is the one I am using. As you can see, this is a brilliant utility to monitor pretty much everything. All the processes are listed here, CPU along with threads, showing up its utility percentage, even the frequency, model number, temperature. Here I have RAM statistics, disk statistics, network overview of the usage and whatnot. This has themes as well. Well, right here, as you can see, I'm able to change this theme using this graphical menu. And not to mention, I was using the Dracula theme as well on this, but I can use pretty much any, and I have lots of settings here that I can, and it is actually interactive, and I can click in order to navigate, which is also very good. And this is a very good software to sort of monitor. It's a command line utility, and this is incredible. The way the amount of information you get, it's just unbelievable. So another real quick, I can just press Q to exit out of this. Another useful tool is gtop. So this is not actually gtop. I will go about this a little bit later, but here I have to put my password. But this is basically btop, but for the GPU. As you can see, this is showing the GPU usage. So it's not very informative, but yeah, it gets the job done, and I can see how much load is on the GPU if I want to. Apart from this, I have this script, which, as you can see, this is transmission remote CLI. This allows me to download torrents using the CLI. This is actually refreshing. I will go ahead and talk about the script real quick. So think this is in the right, yeah. So this is the script, and as you can see, this runs some command, and it basically loops this transmission remote -l command, and once I run the script, I can constantly watch. If I just run this tsm-l, you see it gives me this option, this information. If I have a torrent running, it will show up here, and I'm able to watch the progress and whatnot. So I can download torrents using the CLI utility, and it works very well. Apart from this, I have a cron job that I have set. This is just some at reboot, just edit some message of the day. This mail system, as well as this is the script that I have made very recently. So I will go ahead and show you the script. I can actually show you here. The script is here. My bad. I will open it with the text editor. So this is the script basically, and what it does is it gets the current date. First it navigates to the scripts folder, then it gets the current date, saves it in this variable, then it calls another script which is located in this directory, and from there it stores the data of that script and writes it in this file. In the next line, it sends a mail as well as an attachment which would send me this file at this email address. And finally, it moves the file to this folder so that it doesn't clutter the existing directory. This is the folder where the file gets moved to, and this is the file. So if I open the file, might take a while. So this is the file where I get a list So this is a file where I get a list of all the files listed in that directory, which is my media server directory. So as you can see, a list of all the movies I have. I have a lot of them, and as well as any other folder that's inside the directory, as well as it gives me a storage overview of how much space I have left, and just a date for reference, and RAM usage, CPU temperature, fan RPM. So it works out pretty well. I can easily get this. I have set it up to send this file to me every 3 days, so I have a nice overview of my system even if I'm away. This is the another script which is responsible for producing that file. So here all it does is it lists all the files recursively. This is very important, and it lists all the file in this folder, media folder. And this is how I get the free storage data, and here it stores the date. Here I see the free -h, which allows me to see the RAM usage, and here I'm grabbing the package, which is basically telling me the CPU temperature, and the same way I'm getting the fan speed. If I run this command called sensors, I should be able to see all the package IP, package ID is here, fan speed is here, and CPU voltage as well. But I have a better software which runs here in the dock, and here it shows me the CPU temperature right here, so I don't have to open this sensors app to see this. Now let's quickly talk about this weather widget. So this is the widget I have. This is basically, you can get it from the applet settings, and here I have a custom location. This is the coordinates for my place, and it's getting the weather from open weather map. So it's an open source weather providing service. Now let me quickly go ahead and give an overview of this media server. So very obviously I'm using Jellyfin as a media server. This is my home server, and it has all the files that I have over here. So all these folders, these are the media folders here. So it has just Jujutsu Kaisen here and some Tintin movies, and here I have all the movies as well as some subtitle files. So all the movies are stored here in this folder, and everything is nicely presented here in my home server. So I have set up this theme, which you can probably get from the dashboard. So in the dashboard I can go to plugins, and here in the plugins I have this fan art plugin as well as AnyDB and Skin Manager and Open Subtitles. These four are the ones that I'm using. Apart from this, everything comes pre-installed. Open Subtitle, you do have to make I believe you have to make an account. Yes, you have to. So you can make the account here in opensubtitle.com. Here you just make the account and put the username password here, so it will be able to pull the subtitles from there. And this Skin Manager is where I'm using this Jellyflix skin. It is not very good for mobile devices, but for everything else it works pretty well. Another setting that I have, I will not go deep into per folder settings. That can be done when you're setting up the actual libraries. I have some users set up here. You can add users from here. What I will talk about is this playback section where I am having transcoding settings. So transcoding is very important if you have a low powered CPU, because basically software encoding is when your CPU is being stressed. So if I open VTOP, and you will see that if I actually play anything, if I play anything from not the browser but maybe some other devices, it will actually put zero stress on the CPU, because all the media is either compatible, and even if it has to do some conversion, I will have hardware acceleration here. Since I have, if I can see the I don't know where to, is it system reports or update manager, I don't really remember. So basically this is a gigabyte this has a gigabyte hard drive, not hard drive, I'm not able to find out. What is this mint screen? System, I think it's system info, yes. So in the system info, if I see, this has a Pentium G3220, 2-core 3 GHz CPU and 8 GB of RAM and 1 TB hard drive, and of course a Intel HD graphics. So for this very low powered CPU, this is still functional. But just because I have an Intel iGPU doesn't mean I select the QuickSync. It's because it is an older model, I have to select this VA API video acceleration. So this actually works, and using this I can very easily use the GPU to do the transcoding if I have to. Otherwise it will so basically it doesn't stress the CPU at all, even if files are being streamed off the media. I have tried with 3 devices playing media from the server at the same time, not to mention everybody is in the home network, but that doesn't matter. So since my media is compatible and nicely encoded, pre-encoded, so I don't have to worry about it, but in case I have to, I will have this hardware acceleration working for me. So the note is that use this VA API just because I have this older model. This is a Haswell based CPU. Since it's a Haswell, I have to use this. I think after Haswell everything supports this QSB, even though this G3320, this page, Intel page does say that it has support for QSB, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it should say, pretty sure it. Yeah, so it has support for Intel QuickSync video, but here it doesn't work. Actually, if you set hardware acceleration and you try to play, and if you try to play something which requires transcoding, then it will fail, which you can find out from the logs here. But if you select this model for hardware acceleration, it will work. And you select all of them basically. I don't know why I unchecked this, but it's probably better because I did some research. I will list everything later. But here, just enable hardware, and also make sure to enable HEVC encoding, and that's it. Apart from this, no need to change or worry about anything else. So yeah, so another little settings. Yeah, that's about it really. See, nice looking interface and the best way to stream media from a home server, I would say. And important thing is that whatever files you download in this HEVC or H264 format, so that you don't even have to do any kind of encoding on your server. Sorry, transcoding. Apart from this, I have SyncThing set up as well. So SyncThing is basically working to sync this particular folder on my laptop, Windows laptop. It syncs with my phone as well as this device, and this folder is in here. So all these two folders is being synced across all devices. Any file I add here will automatically sync into my other devices, and that is true for all devices. So the best way to sync files, I would say, is to use SyncThing. And it works even if you're outside the network, so you don't have to really, because the files will be stored locally and downloaded. Anytime I connect to Wi-Fi, not home Wi-Fi, any Wi-Fi, it will sync. I can of course set it to work with mobile data as well. So, well, I guess that's about it. Apart from this, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. Of course, I have to talk about Obsidian, but quickly I will talk about qBittorrent. I have qBittorrent. If I have to download anything locally in the machine, I don't have to rely on it since I have the transmission client as well. But yeah, sometimes I use the qBittorrent client, and if I am adding a torrent remotely from any other device, I can use the transmission client. Another quick tip: ZeroTier. This is the service I use. I have not set it up here yet, but this is the website, and this is the service I use to connect to my server from outside network. I don't have to do any port forwarding or reverse proxy or anything like that. It simply connects to the VPN and allows me to access my home server from anywhere. And it also works with Jellyfin, and there is no restriction for streaming videos and whatnot. So as long as you have sufficiently powerful internet, I can access my media from anywhere. Not to mention, Jellyfin also allows file to be downloaded here. In any device I can just download. So that is also a plus. So I have ditched Plex a long time ago, and I have never had to switch to it again. So I'm always using Jellyfin for more than 3-4 years now. So I will quickly wrap up the video by talking about, I will close this real quick. We'll quickly talk about Obsidian and how I have it set up. if it opens. Well, it's taking forever to open. Okay, it has opened. So pay attention to this side. Some notifications should come. Yes, pull 2 files from remote. So basically I have set up Obsidian Git. If I go to the settings and come here, so I have set up Obsidian Git. This is a community plugin I can download from here by going into community plugins. So this thing allows you to sort of use Git or GitHub rather as a syncing method. So I have my Windows laptop as well as this Linux machine saying in sync basically because of this. I have one repository where I'm updating all of these files, where I've made a repository of this folder and uploaded to GitHub. And now what this tools allows you is to automatically sync, automatically pull files, as well as whenever I'm done I can periodically push the files or manually push the files to the Git repository. So basically whenever I log into, or basically whenever I open Obsidian in my Windows laptop, it will automatically, I have the same plugin installed there as well. Just wanted to clear it out just in case it's not obvious. And so what will happen is this plugin will pull the files, or whatever is the latest file, it will pull from the repository and update there. And that way what happens is if I type anything here and push it, then whenever I open the Obsidian there, all the updated files will be pulled there, and hence I will have perfectly synced notes both here as well as there. So that is how it's working, and I haven't documented this I think here, otherwise this is not that difficult to be honest, so I should be able to recreate it without a problem. So all the things that I learned along the way, I just documented here. Here I have noted down all the method that I have used to set up mail utils as well as SMTP, which allows me to send emails from here in the command line very easily, and using this simple command. So I have everything listed here very nicely, and Obsidian is working very well for this, especially with the Git plugin. I don't think I will be able to use it as effectively as I am right now without this Git plugin. So I guess that wraps this Linux Mint overview. And for apps, I'd say I'm using just LibreOffice, and Rhythmbox I don't use at all. This is the screen recorder. I'm not using OBS or anything fancy. VLC, I don't play anything here because this is, as I said, server with a desktop environment, because I need to use this computer from time to time. Yeah, I have HTOP as well, and I have Timeshift running as well on a weekly basis. Apart from this, I don't have anything else, I believe. So yeah, so that's it. I think that wraps it up pretty nicely with my this is the full setup that I have currently, and this customization as well as the terminal customization, I have linked it up. I think I have saved a note here, or rather here. Yeah, so alright, I will end the video here, and hopefully this will come in handy at some point in the future.